What have been some of the things that you've learned about kind of building your personal brand over the past sort of 6 or 7 months that maybe you didn't know before or that you've done differently?
Yeah, basically seeking help. I think when I was younger, I was like, oh no, getting help is like cheating. So I can only be proud of myself if I did it myself. We have for sports, we have a coach, we have a trainer, someone who tells us what to do and how to train. With our careers or with our personal brand, we think we know it all. Yeah, it's just an accelerator. You get ahead so much faster. And that was what I wanted to do.
Welcome to the show, Kerstin. It's great to have you here.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
First podcast?
Yeah, it actually is.
Welcome.
I listened to a lot of them, but actually it's my first time as a guest.
Welcome. Why don't you give everyone a little bit of a backstory as to who you are and what it is that you do?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Dr Kerstin. I'm a cardiac surgeon turned business and career strategist. So I help women and ambitious women to advance in their careers in predominantly male-dominated industries. Yeah. Because being a cardiac surgeon and then having had leadership positions in other male-dominated industries, I know exactly what they need and what it is you need to know, and what all the men know kind of secretly in their boys club. So yeah, it's time to go out there for us women to advance as well and build our little girls club as well.
I love that. I know we've been working together for the past 6 or 7 months, and it's one of the things that I love the most when I'm working with clients is just seeing their brand evolve. And for you, it's been very visual. Because we've worked on your visual identity or your visual branding as well, which has been lovely. And you've gone from this sort of more muted tones to when I always felt we talked, I was like, no, Dr. Kerstin's bold and vibrant. And I always really felt that your brand identity needed to match that. And now when I look at your Instagram page, I'm like, yes. This is a woman on a mission to support other women that are out there.
No, totally. I can totally relate to that because I started out with more bolder colors like pink and green. And then I was like, when I was looking at other people, I was like, oh, I like the kind of neutrals as well. It looks really classy. Maybe I should go more into that direction because I like it. But when I look back and when you said it, yeah, we have to go more bold, it was totally clear to me because I was like, yes, because when you look at, for example, my wardrobe, it's all colors because I love to wear colors. I love to stand out. And so, yeah, so it was just the little bit that got me in that direction.
And sort of or just having someone else say, okay, this is how I see your personality come across, and that needs to come out through social media as well. No. So why is it that you think that sort of your industry in particular maybe needs some support with mentorship and guidance?
Oh, definitely. Because when I was a senior attending surgeon in cardiac surgery, and when I dropped out and got into healthcare consulting, I think in the first 4 months, I learned more about what there needed to be, what you need to do, how people getting their jobs, how head of departments are getting their jobs, and that you can have other than the normal contracts. And for example, I never ever negotiated my salary being in a hospital. I advanced to senior leadership positions, never having negotiated my salary because I thought, it's crystal clear. There are the salary bands, and that's how and what you get. But there are so many ways that you can get paid more. And actually, my male colleagues, in hindsight, I knew that they had different contracts than me. And so I was like, no, we have to do that. And I was always a role model because in cardiac surgery, there's so few women. So we were just 9%.
Wow.
So definitely all the men, they had that secret boys club. And they knew, and they just give it from generation to generation, all their knowledge. And I was a role model in cardiac surgery. I wanted to give back. And so I spill all my little and not so little secrets about how to advance in your career. And having worked in different industries as well, being a corporate, being a big four consulting, the pattern is always the same. And so it's the way to communicate, it's how to promote yourself, etc. So they are really little and small steps, but you have to know about them, you have to train them, and then you have to implement them.
What are some of the things, do you think, that are holding maybe women back to get those top leadership positions?
Yeah, a lot of unconscious bias, and sometimes not that unconscious. So because you kind of like the people that are similar like you. And so for all the leaders being predominantly male, that's men, because they are more like them than us as women. So we are different just to look at us. And that's one part. And like what society teaches us from an early age to not brag about your accomplishment, to be like more humble and like a bit tuned down. And that actually hurts your career, because you have to go out there, you have to advocate for yourself, because no one else is probably doing it for you if you're not telling everyone what you do and what it is you do. Because I was the same. I was thinking, be so good, they can't ignore you. That was kind of my motto, because I thought, okay, I'm doing so much, I'm brilliant, I can operate like hell. So they have to promote me. But then I had a look around at my male colleagues and was like, why are they calling out boss in every on call they have, like every weekend, with things they can deal with themselves? And I thought, oh, come on, I can do it myself. But then I realized, no, they are just doing it by telling him what they do and what they have accomplished and how great they are. And having realized that, I thought, okay, I should change something. But obviously I was at first, like probably everyone's like, no, I can't do that. I can't go out and brag about myself every day. And so I first said, because I'm all about goals and implementation, I set myself goals about, okay, I can do that once a week. And so I started to find little situations with my boss to tell him once a week in a way that was authentic to myself about what I did and what I've done and what I do, basically. And so then from once a week, I went to twice a week, and then it just got natural. And so today I have no problems with that.
I love that. One thing with working with you is that you're so action orientated. When you joined Brand New Elite, I said, you've got up to 12 months to complete this. And you're like, no, it's going to be done much earlier. And it has been, which I've loved, because you make a decision and you go with it as well. What have been some of the things that you've learned about kind of building your personal brand over the past sort of 6 or 7 months that maybe you didn't know before, or that you've done differently?
Yeah, basically seeking help. I think when I was younger, I was like, oh no, getting help is like cheating. So I can only be proud of myself if I did it myself. That's so stupid, because we have for sports, we have a coach, we have a trainer, someone who tells us what to do and how to train. And I don't know, with our careers or with our personal brand, we think we know it all. And so I think that was probably, it's just an accelerator. You get ahead so much faster. And that was what I wanted to do. Okay, I had actually an offer about building my personal website, because I thought I need one. And then I went to your masterclass and I was like, that sounds with your 7 S's. And that sounds like a plan. So I can relate to that. So those are steps I can relate to. And obviously I loved your energy. And I thought, that could be a match, because I need someone to match that. And as you said, I said, no, we can do it much faster. And if then I have someone on the opposite side who's saying, oh no, we have to follow step by step till we reach the 12 months, then that's not for me. And so just having the tiny things, as we talked about earlier, like, okay, no, that's the bold colors, that's how we do it, and that's what we see in you or others see in you. And I think those, and obviously having someone to ping pong ideas with social media, with what to do next, what are the next steps. And I think it's much easier to have someone to show you what the next steps are, instead of figuring it out all by yourself.
And you got your first press feature in Ramona's 40 over 40. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
There's something that I've always admired about you, is that you're very consistent. And that shows up on social media. For me, that your post, even in the very beginning, when you had 300 followers or 250 followers,
followers.
to 200 followers
Yeah.
when we first started working together. You still showed up. And I remember what would have been maybe a couple of weeks before one of your videos went viral. You're like, Kelly, is this really all worth it? You know, because you kept saying, and I said, keep showing up. You've got it. You've got it. You've got it. And then what was it, 2 weeks later?
Yeah, kind of. It was pretty close to that.
You end up
definitely.
having this reel that goes viral for your account, and you gain how many followers from that?
600 something.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show that as hard and as frustrating as it is, that consistency piece that I always talk about, the long-term personal savings account, is your personal brand.
No, definitely. It was so, I remember it too, because it was so frustrating, like posting reels. And I had the feeling that all I do is preparing social media content. And I was like, so no, I want to help women. I want to help my clients, and not like being in like the rat race to do a new reel, a new post, etc. And but consistency. If I set myself a goal, that's like, so I have to do that. And so I set myself, okay, I show up on Instagram at least 3 times a week. So that's my
Works
baseline
for you with everything that's going on.
Definitely. And so when I say I do, then I do that.
What kind of clients do you envisage you working with over the next kind of 12 months? Describe that woman.
Yeah, it's basically, it's twofold. The one hand side are like medium leadership women, are where they really now reach the glass ceiling. So because when you're early on in your career, you advance to a degree, but then you are kind of stuck.
Yeah.
And so those who are stuck, so I know it's frustrating. I know that. I know that feeling, like you think, oh, all my male colleagues are passing me by and no one sees me. But there is a way, and actually little tweaks to do that and get more visibility and really advance in your career to the leadership position you want to. And on the other hand, it's a lot of, especially in this region, because let's face it, a lot of women come here with a family. Normally, like the male or the man has gotten a job offer in the region, and so the family is relocating. And after probably the first year where the family settles in, the kids are in school, and now they are, but what about my career? Because I always worked and I always was busy and I was fulfilling my career, and now I'm sitting at home. And then they reach out to all the relocation agents and placement agents, and they're, let's face it, we are competing with the whole world in the region, and they are younger, they are probably have a different price tag than some of us. And so you have to do something differently and just to reach out there. So I recently had a client and she was not even on LinkedIn. I was like, come on, we have to do that. You have to put yourself out there and first get the strategy. What are their strengths? What are their values? What's really resonating with them? And then to build up a plan and to go out, promote themselves, build the relationships, then talk to the audience, and then measure it as well.
Yeah. What's the aspect that you're looking forward to now that you've got the sort of foundations to your personal brand? What are you looking forward to putting out there next?
Definitely speaking, because I loved it. So even back in cardiac surgery, I always had like those abstracts I was submitting to the medical conferences to get a talk there and a speech to present my research work. And I was so excited about that. Of course, a bit of stage fright is always like, okay, I'm like the youngest, I'm a woman, but I really thrived with that. And I love to break it down into small bits and pieces, not having like those cluttered research talks, but really bring it down to the base and to inspire more women and really talk about my passion and help them to advance in their careers. I think that's what I'm looking forward to.
I love that. And I'm very sure we will see you on a TEDx stage very, very soon.
Definitely, I would love that.
It's been amazing working with you. I absolutely love it. And I was just saying to an earlier client, I'm so fortunate. And I think that is you. Like attracts alike. But I work with some incredibly ambitious women who want to change the way and inspire others. And I absolutely love it. So thank you for being one of those. And thank you for inspiring me.
No, thank you for helping me. So it's really, I like the journey. I love it. I look forward to it. And and you get me all like those new things I have to do. And so, it's really, it's great.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kerstin.
Thank you.